here's what happens. If you try to attack everything within what is being asked of you in this essay in one day, you're going to miss some major aspects of it that really need to be considered and thought through before you just have at it. I understand why you want to, because I am that person also, but it's good for us to slow down. Okay? All right, so I've went over your schedule with you. Here's the next slide that you will need to do today. This is where you need to come up with your claim. Again, here's the chunk of the prompt that you need to make sure that you address. How does Douglas want to change what people think about the statement, all men are created equal? Think of 2 to 3 ways he tries to do this. After you have come up with your just ideas, then you need to write your claim in that box. What is a claim?
Kind of like the main idea.
Say more.
Like what you claim to be true.
Okay, what you claim to be true. So, true or false, Aiden, do you address the prompt when you write your claim? Yes, true. Okay. So in your claim, you need to make sure that you are basically restating what the prompt is asking of you. How does Douglas want to change what people think? Douglas wants to change what people think by fill in the blank. Okay. Questions on that slide at this moment? Okay. Last slide that you need to take care of today. You need to gather evidence. 2 to 3 pieces of evidence that show Douglas tries to convince his readers. And then copy and paste it. So you need to copy the evidence, and then I want you to put the chapter number just so you make sure that you're not gathering all of your information from the same chapter. Okay? Let's see if there's anything else. Oh, you will see on this assignment that I have given you specific passages, specific chapters. That is to help you with using your time wisely, not spending too super long on Amplify, trying to find your evidence. Okay, so this is the same information that we read. It's just in one place for you so you can easily find what you need. Questions? All right. Those of you that struggle with, here you go. Here's some time management help. I would suggest that you would be done with or almost done with slide 3 by 1:20. I would be hoping that you would finish slide 5 somewhere around 1:35, and then slide 6 right at the end of class. I will be checking in at those times to see, do we need some clarification? Got it? Good right now? Okay, go.
Like, I didn't hear what Max said.
Okay, so in this is a key part. This is a key part. This is a key part. So thinking about just these chunks of the prompt, what do you not understand? Okay, so Declaration of Independence was written before Frederick Douglass experienced his slavery, right? So in the Declaration of Independence, it says this. What does Frederick Douglass's experience have to do with that?
Oh, you want me to tell you?
That's basically what the prompt is.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Question. For the claim, is it the claim for the whole Shazam thing? So, like, the central
Yes.
idea is that all humans have emotions and that they are people, feelings, thoughts.
Is that a central idea or is that a theme?
Theme? Well, what would the central idea be?
So you tell me.
All humans are people? And then, like, cut it off there?
Is all humans, what'd you say?
Are people and equal.
Is that still a message or a lesson?
Lesson.
Yeah. So that's still a theme.
Are equal. Yes.
So you need to be specific to the text, not able to apply it to any other
Or
text as
should
well.
be equal, should be equal, or are equal. All
You're
people,
hung up on
even-
the wrong part.
Even slaves or something? Should we add that? All human.
Okay. Central idea, specifically for this text, it cannot be applied. Hold on. It cannot be applied to other texts.
All slaves are still human.
Could that be applied to another abolitionist?
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, like you can be whatever you. That's like a
That
whole
sounds so
theme.
stupid. So kind of like a summary of his book. What is the main idea? What is the key takeaway?
People who are like can be brought to greatness even though when they're. That's like a whole theme.
Keep thinking on it. So basically, what is his experience on equality? How has he experienced equality? Or has he? Okay. So, where does this come from? All men are created equal comes from a passage?
Frederick Douglass trying to like help out.
Okay, he does try to help out, but there's a document that was written for the United States. All men are created equal. What document does that come from prior to Frederick Douglass's time? Can you help him out?
From where what?
Where's all men are created equal from?
From the Declaration of Independence.
Yes. So we have a document for our whole country that says this. What is Frederick Douglass's experience of?
He created a document over it.
Okay. Where did he live when he experienced slavery?
On the plantation.
Mm-hmm. Where?
The houses.
In what country?
The U.S.
Mm-hmm. So he lives in a country that has a document in place that says this. How does he try to change what his readers believe about what it means to be dedicated to that?
He was trying to show like what was really good about it.
He's trying to show what?
I don't even know. Aiden, can you help me?
What? What's the question?
I said, how does Frederick Douglass try to change what the readers of his book believe? How does he try to do that while he lives in a country that says all men are created equal?
By writing a book and then polishing it,
Is that it?
Is that it?
Was that
That will help you get going, yes. I don't want him to give you your whole essay, but I want you to wrap your mind around what does he share in the book that lets us know how he is using writing skills to make people think differently about how that looks. in America. Okay, so the evidence at this point is just like off the top of your head, what do you remember reading in the book that would support these two?
Okay, but like, would I have to like?
At that point, no, you do not have to copy and paste. You do not have to copy and paste from the text
what would
until
I-
slide.
Is this good? Can we go here
You can, yeah.
and then go
That'd
to
be-
like?
You don't have to copy and paste evidence from
Yeah, I know.
the excerpts until slide 6.
All right. I don't know. Can we do like these?
Do you think that the do nots are going to...
Oh wait, sorry. These are
Okay. Elaborate on that, though. Don't just put activist in your writing, not to me. Okay. So your brainstorming idea is broad. How can you really... What does the word broad mean?
I don't know.
Help her.
I don't know either.
Callie, what does broad mean?
Broad?
Yeah.
Like very clear? No, broad's like. Question. Okay. But like I had it, but I lost it. Sorry. Broad, big.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good job, Kelly.
Like not specific.
It's not specific.
I don't want you to erase it. I want you to use that and like find some specifics.
Do I need to put like
Like
text evidence?
not necessarily text evidence, but his techniques.
Like
You said he wants people to know that. So what technique does he use, or how? What is effective in the way that he tells his story? So back to techniques. Yeah. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands off your Chromebooks for just a moment, please. Okay, at this point, you should be through with slide 3. Are there any questions about slide 3 before we check in for slide 5? Okay, awesome. Slide 5. You are coming up with 2 to 3 ideas for how Frederick Douglass tries to convince people's thoughts on the idea that all men are created equal. So Mika and I were just discussing what she had put for her brainstorming idea, and she started to erase it. I said, don't erase it, Mika. Your statement is fine, it's just broad. So really think about the techniques that he used. When he was telling his story, how did he tell it in a way that was trying to convince, that was persuading people to think differently about all men are created equal as being lived out at that time? Okay? Then after you come up with 2 to 3 brainstorming ideas, you write your claim. Questions? Yes.
How is our show?
No, right now. Yes.
So would one of the men are created equal, would his rights are being like taken away? Is that how we would show?
So that would be a brainstorming idea, or would that be evidence?
Evidence?
Okay, yes. So think more about the technique that he uses to tell that.
Like descriptive.
Yep.
So like
Yeah.
spread the word out. Okay.
Yeah.
So you said
Did he use to try to convince people's thinking about the situation of this?
So like the way they were like lower ranked, is that good?
The way that what?
Like they were ranked lower than other people.
the technique that he used to get that message across.
Oh, okay.
Do you have from reading about Frederick Douglass's experience as a slave?
We were talking about like where he was learning to read and write. They weren't treated equally because they didn't know how to read and write.
No, because they didn't know how to read and write, or because they were
slaves.
They were slaves. And so what did that look like for slaves? What did education look like for them?
They didn't really have it because they thought if they learned to read and write that they would try to take over.
Correct. So I would say, since you're already thinking about that, I would put that as just evidence. So paraphrase, put that part into your own words. And then when you get to this slide, then you can find some actual
evidence to
text
go with
evidence.
That.
Yes. Does that answer your question as well?
She's just a little bit confused. I see her on her face.
Kind of. But
Okay. What part are you still confused on?
Like, I know like what you're talking about, but I just don't know like how to word it.
So this part you get to put into your own words. So main takeaways about his experience as a slave.
So could I put that like they had to like sneak off and learn to read and write?
Mm-hmm. 1, hands off of your Chromebook. Hands off of your Chromebook. All right, let's check in for this slide. Brainstorming the ideas, the techniques that he used, combining those into one claim. Are we feeling okay? We know what's expected, how to build the claim. Okay. Callie asked me to read her claim and tell me if it was good. If your claim does not address the question, how does he want to change what people think? What techniques does he use? If it doesn't answer that question, then you need to edit it in some way. Okay? Whether that's an overhaul, completely rewrite it, or just change a few words. Okay? Slide 6, the last one for today. You need to use the documents that I posted of the chapters that we read to find evidence that shows that Douglass tries to convince his readers. Just copy and paste it into the chart and put the chapter number. If you happen to finish that before class is over, go ahead and get started on the day 2 stuff so you don't have as much to work on. Or if you did not finish the Frederick Douglass Me Myself poem yesterday, you can do that. Okay? Questions at this point? All right. Roll on.
Where do we look for this the evidence?
The passages that I put on the assignment.
Oh.
Nope. Didn't even have to push refresh. It was there. I just pasted it right there for now so you can access it quickly. Good? Good?
I'm good.
Maybe you should go back and skim the story itself.
Is it because it has to spell different?
No. Oh, due to the fact. Okay, maybe. D-U-E.
She put
Doing.
I didn't put that.
Okay, so could we put due to the fact of what he went through when he was a slave?
Is that a technique?
No.
Okay, let's go back to that.
Okay.
what technique does he use to share what he went through? In his writing, what technique? I need you working.
I'm working.
Correct. Good. Okay. So,
I'll get it done tonight. I'm starting on the first one.
okay, go to slide 3. Start with that. Good. You name me? Okay, I'll let you raise your hand.
What chapter is this?
Learning how to read and write is chapter 6, I believe. I will double check that.
Okay.
Did you finish? Did you finish yesterday's also?
Yesterday's?
Mm-hmm.
I was
The me, myself, you finished that yesterday? Okay. Turn it in, day 1, yes.
How do I do that?
Oh, no, I guess you won't be able to. Yeah, just hold off till day 2. Did you look at what you need to do for the body paragraphs?